Hey guys, welcome to Remain Wild. Today we are going to be going over a brand new piece of tech that I just got. The MantisPod Pro from PGYTech. This thing is pretty cool. This isn't your average grippy tripod handle for vlogging. They've really updated this design and added some really cool features to give you a lot of options when you're using this thing for different configurations when you go out to vlog and shoot. And I think that you guys might want to really look into something like this. It's a lot different than your usual handle. Let's take a look at some of the features. By the way, I'll have links down in the description for this MantisPod if you want to check it out. There's also a standard version. I'll put the link down there for that as well. So there are 7 total modes that you can configure this thing in to shoot with. 7. The regular MantisPod has 6. The main difference being this Pro version has a ball head on it and allows you to do some vertical shooting. So if you're somebody that shoots a lot for social media like TikTok or Instagram, you might want to consider looking at the Pro version so you can get those vertical compositions when you're shooting. So to start off, let's talk a little bit about the build of this thing and the materials that it's made out of. The legs are actually magnesium, which is super lightweight. They're very strong, they're very sturdy. On top and bottom of the legs here, it's actually got a little bit of a rubberized texture. So it's really grippy when you go to vlog with it. It's really, you can really grip it with your hand and it's not gonna slip around or anything like that. On the side here, there's a little shoe mount for mounting accessories like lights and mics and stuff like that. It can swivel around. So if you need to reposition your light or your mic, you can do that with this. It moves around completely 360 degrees, which is neat. On this Pro version, it does come with a ball head and there's a little latch right on the side there that you just let go and loosen up. Okay, and then you can position this anywhere and then lock that back down. And it's very solid. I haven't had any issues with that loosening up. So on the head is PGYTech's patented snap lock plate. So basically the way this works is there's a little lock here on the side that you swing to unlock and you push down on this little lever and the plate releases. Now this head is Arca Swiss compatible. So if you have some Arca Swiss plates laying around in your kit, you can use those with this head as well. And then that just locks back down like that. Now this snap lock plate is rock solid. I've put some pretty heavy stuff on here already and been walking around with it. It is secure, it doesn't slip around. This plate really stays on tight. The cameras don't spin around, nothing gets loose. It's been fantastic as far as sturdiness goes when I've been using it to vlog with lately. So on the side, you have a large button and a small button. This large button here basically allows you to reposition the head into different positions. And this small button will allow you to separate the legs and go into the different modes. But one cool thing that I want to show you is underneath, there's like a little compartment, and that's where they store the mobile phone mount. So this is where you would attach your phone to this clamp that unfolds, and then you screw it down onto the head, and now you can use your phone to vlog on the handle with. So if you guys are into mobile vlogging with your phone, you're gonna wanna use this. It just opens with springs, you put your phone in there, screw it on the head, and go. And when you're done with it, fold it back up, and it just snaps back in the bottom of the leg there. Cool, right? Now one other thing you might notice when we're under here is this extra little leg here. That's where this MantisPod gets its name, because this sort of resembles the legs of a mantis, a praying mantis. And what this will allow you to do is hook it onto a fence or some sort of ledge or other element to hang it off of. And I'll show you some examples of that in just a little bit here. Now, like I said, this thing has been totally rock solid the entire time I've been using it. The only issue that I've had so far is this particular joint right here. Once you put some weight on here, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little bit of play. It kind of moves just a little bit. You can probably hear it on my mic. Let's see. You hear that? It just shifts ever so slightly. And it's not a huge deal unless you're like really moving around a lot, but I can feel my camera kind of shift every now and then. Not when I'm actually shooting, but I can feel it just kind of when I'm walking around. If I put it down a little bit, I can feel it kind of shift just a little tiny bit. Not a deal breaker. I think this thing is still awesome and still worth picking up. Just wanted to point that out. This thing, as I mentioned, can be configured into 7 different modes. One of those modes is what they call their extended mode. I'll show you how to build that in just a second, but one of the cool things is, in order to get into the extended mode, you flip this little cover, and it's got magnets on the inside of it, so it stays in one spot, which, dude, come on. That's awesome. PGYTech, you're really doing some cool stuff here. And then basically you switch the head from where it is now and you put it in this little trough here and it just snaps in, and then you can extend the handle and it's a much longer handle. Let's go take a look at some of the extra modes that you can configure this in and see how they work. The first one that we're gonna look at, and probably the most obvious configuration to use it in, the handheld vlogging mode. This makes a really great handle. Like I said, the rubberized grip here is really great. It feels really solid. All right, so now you've got a great handle for when you're shooting your vlogs and walking around. It's got a nice reach to it, so you can really get a nice wide field of view, which is what you want when you're vlogging, right? So handheld mode works great. Okay, so the next thing that I want to show you is how to switch this into the extended mode, which I was just telling you about. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to unscrew this collar right here. Okay, so it's just a thumb screw, unscrews just like that, and then we're gonna push down on this little button and it slides the head loose, okay? Then we're gonna open up that little rubber cover that I was telling you about earlier, which has the magnets on it. And you can see I'm doing this like with one hand, I'm not setting anything down, so it's pretty easy to do. Then this just slides down into this little trough here, see this trough? So it just slides in there and you'll hear it click. Then you just lock it down, okay? Now, you're gonna push the large button and the little button at the same time. To extend the legs. See that? So now it's extended. Pretty cool, right? So now, you can extend your arm even further than you did before and get an even wider field of view, right? So look at that, you can really see everything all around me now. I like using this extended version a little bit better, and one of the main reasons being, it doesn't have that wobble that I was telling you about earlier, you know, that where the head was shifting. In this extended mode, this doesn't really have any room to weeble wobble, so it's nice and solid, and it works fantastic, it's great. All right, check it out. So now we're gonna put this thing into Mantis mode. Now I'm gonna take this and put it right here on this fence, undo my ball head here a little bit. Now I've got this really cool perspective from this camera from down low. Pretty cool, right? I like this Mantis leg. I think it's pretty cool. And one of the really cool way that you can use this Mantis leg, you can put it on the window of your car. Now anywhere you go, if you've got your car, you can do a little stand-up video right outside, hook this up on the window, good to go. Now one thing that I was thinking about is, do you think that we could roll the window up and drive around with this? Maybe I'll give that a shot. All right, guys. I said we were gonna try it. Let's try it. What could go wrong? Alrighty, there it is. Woohoo! Yeah, car mount. Well, that went well. It worked. It's still there. Pretty cool. I like it. Look at that. Stayed on perfectly. It held up really nicely. Hopefully the footage looks steady. That would be the only issue that I think would come up, but yeah, it worked as a nice car mount. It's pretty secure. It doesn't really feel like it's gonna go anywhere. So maybe try it out. Just make sure you got insurance. So why don't we try another creative shot here with the Mantis leg. So I'm gonna put it here on the side of this bridge. Yep, that feels secure right here. You kind of have to get creative with how you hook it onto things. Make sure it's secure though. I like these little leaves here as some foreground. Kind of neat. Now I'm gonna do a little walk. but I'm gonna press record first on this camera so I have footage to show you guys. Now we're rolling. Okay, so aside from being a really cool little handle and grip, it's also obviously a mini tripod. All right, pretty cool little tripod. Nothing we haven't seen before, obviously. But wait, if I press this little button while it's in tripod mode, oh, what? Low mode. Now it's a low rider. So you can get even lower. So now it's even lower and it gets this nice, super low perspective. Don't kick your gear. Those are pretty much the main modes that there are to look at. The only other two that are available would be mobile. I showed you how that clip attaches. You just put your phone on it. It's pretty much straightforward. If you have the Pro version though, you can do vertical shooting. So if you want to do that, you just flip the ball head vertically. So now you can shoot vertically for shooting your vlogs for the gram, or, you know, if you guys want to do some TikTok dancing or whatever the kids do these days. I know that was terrible white dude dancing. I apologize for that, but just wanted to demonstrate the dumb things that you can do in vertical mode. There you go. All right, so this MantisPod Pro from PGYTech is really, really cool, I think. It's really neat the amount of creativity and versatility that they've given us with this brand new sort of reinvented design. I like that it's not just your average vlogging handle / mini tripod. It's just got a lot of extra features baked into it. I've been using mine with the new Sony ZV-E10 and the Sony 10 to 18 millimeter lens. It's a rock star combo. I mean it, seriously, for vlogging. You'll love it. And if you want to see more about that lens and how it looks on this handle, check out this video right here.